Modern Warfare 2 has been out for almost 2 weeks now, and during this time we've had a few updates from Infinity Ward and the Call of Duty team via patch notes, blogs, and a Trello board which they originally made editable by the public. You can already see where that one's going. Congratulations Infinity Ward on that absolute dumpster fire. The community got their hands on the Trello board and started spamming comments on there before Infinity Ward realised the mistake that they'd made. And in typical Call of Duty community fashion, we had comments such as remove SBMM, TTK needs to be slower, fix your game, and more. Oh, it was actually fucking hilarious. And there is a valid reason as to why I'm bringing this up. The reason is that they keep either changing shit or adding stuff without the Call of Duty community asking for it. Sure, we all love new additions to the game when they make sense and add value to us players, but some of it makes absolutely zero sense. And one of the points I'll be discussing in today's video includes just that. The user interface system. And if you've played Modern Warfare 2, you'll probably be already fully aware of the new interface system that we've got. This kind of weird, complex system that takes about 40 steps just to invite a friend to a game. And don't get me wrong, visually, it's probably the best we've ever had. Like, I personally really like the way it looks. However, from a practical standpoint, it makes absolutely no sense. And you'll see from the scrolling image just how confusing the whole friends list system is. It used to be so easy to find people, quickly navigate in the menu and add people, but now it takes so many steps. Not to mention that the UI on the most part is extremely buggy, causes lag to everyone's system, and kicks half the team out every other game. I've had people trying to join me showing me as offline, still in the game, or purely just unable to join my party for whatever reason. And this obviously has created a bit of a ruckus on social media for people complaining that the UI needs changing and simplifying. Now, for those who don't know, this user interface was actually created from people who work within Microsoft and Hulu. Pre-Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty opened up literally hundreds of UI and UX, which is user experience positions for hire. These people have experience in building streaming websites and media platforms and tried to bring their knowledge onto the Call of Duty team. They tried for something different, something I guess more futuristic and fresh. Well, I'm sorry to say it, but it failed. And because of this failure, it seems like we're going to be seeing changes to the future of the UI system and UX system as early as Season 1 next week. I am curious to see how everything looks once they drop Warzone 2 and DMZ into the fray. I hope it's simplistic to change between the game modes and they keep it easy to navigate, because multiplayer's out here feeling like fucking Jumanji. Now, referencing Ralph's Valve's What If Gaming article, he mentions that the UI/UX overhaul is coming to Modern Warfare 2. He goes on to mention that, quote, the results boil down to time, coordination, and working from home. He then goes on to say that an associate mentions that some revision is coming to the UI/UX for the future of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. It's, quote, a work in progress. There's a lot of moving pieces and updates have been well underway. Well, let's hope so, because we all know what the Call of Duty community can be like. And especially with the introduction of Warzone 2 and DMZ, they have a real shot in bringing in enticing players from the BR and extraction shooter markets. If they get this right, then Call of Duty could continue to be a dominating figure in the markets it's already in, plus even more that it's trying to expand into. You can see that they're going for absolutely everything. But the user interface and user experience plays a lot into that. If everything's glitchy and buggy, then people will give up before it's even started. Let's see what happens over the next week or so. And as always, let me know your thoughts. Do you particularly like the UI system that we have in this game? Because I've seen some people say that they actually prefer it. They feel more connected and it looks cleaner. Just needs the bugs fixing. And speaking of connected, guess what? Dun dun dun. It looks like shipment and shootouts are both back on the cards again. We're waiting for the full confirmation of this, but Modern Warzone and Charlie Intel have been talking about recent leaks of both maps. Now, every time I see shipment, it's kind of a bittersweet feeling, really. And I guess you'll be able to say the same with shootouts if it keeps coming back. Does anyone else think it's lazy as fuck that they just keep bringing shipment back versus designing a map that's just as small and plays the same? Now, I know the community on the most part loves the map, especially for camo grinding. And I mean, I've played this map consecutively since COD 4 2007. So I feel like it's more than overdone right now. But then I love it because it helps my camos, it's good for high kill games, and it's just a straight up slaughterfest. Shoothouse, however, will be a good one to bring back. This map was beautiful in MW19. In fact, it's one of the only good maps on that game that we had. It's fast paced, has the ability for long shots straight down the middle, and makes for good and quick gunplay. And if we're talking about bringing back maps, here's a list of maps that I'd love to see from COD 4 back in Modern Warfare 2. Give me Showdown, Strike, Crossfire, Pipeline, Overgrown, District, and Bog. So almost every single map from COD 4, basically. And I know there's a ton of leaks regarding MW2 maps coming back next year. I'd just love to see some there from COD 4 as well. Now, some of you may have heard that Activision has been getting into a bit of legal trouble for stealing map ideas that they didn't ask for. Shock fucking horror, classic Activision just taking whatever they want. Like my money for the last 15 years. But it's been a bit of a shit show since the release of the game. And I did a video on TikTok that's hit 1.3 million views talking about this exact situation. Crown Raceway, which was initially called Grand Prix, has been re-added to the game versus the copyright battle Activision had with Formula 1. People were scared that we'd never get a chance to play that map, but thankfully it's come through and I actually quite enjoy it. As for Valdeira's museum, this map has now disappeared off the face of the planet due to copyright issues with the Getty Museum in LA. Like, honestly, you'd think that Activision would just fucking ask for permission before building maps around real life objects. Surely it can't be that hard to speak to the right people. And I've had comments from others saying that surely if a map looks similar to your object, then it's free advertising for you, right? Now, this is true, but certain business owners don't like the thought of their business or project being shot up in a Call of Duty game. To be fair, you can see it from both sides, really. And this brings us up to our final point around the Greenberg Hotel. This map was in contention to being brought down due to it being made off of a 5-star hotel in Amsterdam. Modern Warzone tweeted that, quote, "The legal issues Activision was having with the ownership and management of the hotel in Amsterdam, their map Greenberg Hotel is based on, seems to have been cleared up. The map has been added back into the rotation for the CDL." But honestly, what a fucking mess. Like, imagine owning a 5-star hotel and then seeing it being put into a COD game. I'd personally be buzzing, but it doesn't seem like everyone thinks the same way. I'll tell you one map that I'd love to see disappear off the face of the planet, though. Santa fucking Senna Cucumber Crossing. Get it gone, lads. Season 1 is just round the corner, and my next upload in a few days will be regarding just that. What to expect in Season 1, with a full breakdown of game modes, news, updates, and content coming to the Call of Duty community. So if you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and leaving any comments or feedback below. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.